All right. It's gratitude season. I say that a lot during the holidays. It's gratitude season. Hopefully it carries over all the time. This is little mister. I'm grateful for little mister. I'm grateful that I can practice with him at home right now. This is a treat for me. So in all this craziness, come ahead onto your backs with me, please. In all this craziness that we're existing in, it's really, yes, cliche, but also beneficial to practice gratitude. It makes what we have enough. It validates where we've come from, where we're going. It makes us feel full. So in our practice today, I'm just going to be giving you a few sort of leads, mental leads that you can take or you can disregard. I'm not offended. I won't know anyway, so it's fine. And as I give you these leads or prompts, you can play along and just see how it makes you feel. And so as we start here on our backs breathing, as we start every class, not necessarily on your back, but with your breath, give gratitude for this breath you have. I say this a lot, but it's our connection to our living, to our life, to our being alive. One more round of breath here. And then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. Just let your eyes open if they were closed. Start to look around you gently, take in your surroundings. Be pretty grateful that you've got this roof over your head if you're outside, this outdoor space that you might have. Wherever it is you're practicing, that you actually have the ability to do this in that space, to do this practice. And then rise up into boat pose. There's this really, to me, very interesting article. I don't know if it'll be interesting to you, but there's this article that came out from one of my peers about this process of yoga teachers adapting to the current climate and teaching. And in it, there was a friend quoted who was saying how he hasn't really adapted to it because he doesn't have a space in his home that he can stream classes from. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even think of that. But like, I'm lucky I have to move furniture around, but I've got this space that I can teach in, and teaching brings me so much joy. So I'm so grateful for this space that I have in order to be here with you. Maybe take the legs out straight, keep the breath flowing. And then come around, hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And then cat and cow, cow and cat. I always say it in the wrong order, opposite of what I'm actually doing. Feel these two poses today like you've never felt them before. Like as if you've never done them before. Feel them as if you've never done them before. Yes. Yes, yes. So good. Beautiful, really beautiful. off the ground. And then rest them gently down, come into cow. One more round. Come to neutral, and then downward facing dog. Move around if you need to. Negotiate this space in your body. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, consider putting a bend in your knees so that you can put more weight back into the legs and that you're not just tipping forward and shaking into the shoulders and sort of suffering in that front end of the dog pose. So rather than me telling you the alignment of this, what I'm hoping you will feel is a sense of being centered. A lot of things factor on our limb length, on the openness of certain muscle groups, of the mobility in certain joints. And so what I'm going to ask of you in this pose is to find your center, to find a sense of being balanced between your arms and your legs. Sending energy up and back so that you're not just resting forward in the arms. With an inhale, come forward to plank. About 5 breaths here. We're going to lower to our bellies. You can use your knees to get there all the way down. Extend your right arm out to the right side. Roll onto your right side. Crawl that right hand away. And put your left foot behind the right leg on the floor. Take a few breaths here. Come back around through center and switch sides. Take the left arm out to the side, look to the right, bend the right leg, and open up here. I love this pose. There's not, well, there's a few, but this is one of the poses I could do every day. I was about to say there's not a lot of poses I want to do every day, but that's actually not true. There's a lot of poses I want to do every day, but this might be the top of my list. Come back through center. Hands next to the rib cage, curl up cobra. That means the hips stay down, the legs stay down. Push into the feet. Just curl that upper back forward. Pull the heart through. And let your gaze follow the direction of your heart. And then downward facing dog. Use your knees if needed. Press up and back. Take an inhale and downward facing dog. Exhale, right knee into your chest. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, left knee to your chest. Keep going like that. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more. One more. And then pause and down dog. Lift your heels high, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway with your inhale. Fold deeply with your exhale. Inhale, rise to stand. Lead with the heart, lead with the breath. Reach the hands overhead. And then draw your hands into your heart. Exhale. Connect to your breath. Find some simplicity in this pose. Find some simplicity in this pose. Yes, I can. Beautiful. Stay in your breath. Drop the arms at your sides. Broaden your collarbones. Pull the kneecaps up. Inhale, reach to the sky and pause. Good. Feel the power in your legs. Lift the heart toward your thumbs. So good. One more big breath in. And bow forward, exhale. Come into a half forward fold. Hands can be on the floor, hands can be on your shins or on blocks. Plant your hands on the floor. So if you need to, that means you can bend your knees. Take it back. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, follow the breath, forward fold. Inhale, belly, heart, head, forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, stretch back, look forward, feet to your hands. Walk, step, or jump. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Draw your hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the heart to the thumbs. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, vinyasa, make your way into downward facing dog. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stay in your breath. Good. To smooth it out, slow down. Good, you look amazing. Stay in it. Enjoy these moments of stillness just as much as we enjoy the moments of movement. So good. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, chest, exhale. Inhale back, open up your hip, enjoy a stretch here if it feels good. If it doesn't, stay neutral. Come back through center, knee draws up the center, place your foot next to your right hand. Inhale, crescent pose, rising up. If it feels okay, you can hook your thumbs together to give yourself like this sense of pulling the pinkies wide, of using the arms to get the shoulder blades to kind of push into the back. Yeah. Yes, beautiful. With your next inhale, lift your heart a little higher. Maybe take the gaze up, reach the fingers up, and then exhale, separate the hands, elbows draw down. Inhale, reach up, maybe touch the palms. Exhale, elbows draw down. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more, please. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, elbows wide, bring the hands down to the ground. Straighten the front leg. Melt over the front leg any amount. One more inhale. Bend the front leg with your exhale. Turn your left heel to the center of your mat to root down and then reverse warrior here. If you want, slide your left hand behind your back. Maybe catch your inner right thigh. And if that's accessible there, you can kind of use it as a reminder to keep this inner right thigh wrapping open, that the knee is not collapsing in, it's moving out, or just enough to square over the front of the foot. And then firm the left leg back. Inhale, straighten the right leg, pivot the right toes over to the left. Keep this arm if you have it. Right hand comes down to the floor. Use this hand again if you've got this wrap to give a sense of that right thigh pulling away from the ground a bit. And then rolling to the left to open up the chest, finding a twist. Notice the tendency to rest back in the heels and the hips and see if you can take weight evenly in the feet. One more inhale. And then exhale, release to twist. Keep the arm if it's okay. Turn your heels in. Reach up with this right arm. Maybe bend the right elbow. Maybe slide the left hand up and find this bind. There is no prize for getting your hands together. 0. So if it doesn't feel good, simply don't do it. You can just be here or here. Inhale, rising up. Left toes turn forward, square off the right foot. Side angle, release the arms completely, and if it's okay, take this left arm overhead. Wrap the chest open. Lengthen your tailbone toward your left heel and hug that right hip under your body. Let the right sitting bone get a little heavier. Bring your left hand down. Come onto the back toes. Step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Right arm reaches out to the right. Roll onto that right side. Left leg comes behind if it's okay. Come back through center. Left arm out to the side. Roll over onto your left side. Come back through center. Draw the hands in by the ribs. Inhale, curl the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Knee into chest, shift forward. Inhale back, open the hip if it feels good. Take a couple breaths here. And then come back through center, knee into the chest. Step this left foot next to your left hand. Rise up, crescent pose. Whew. We did this way back when. If it feels good, hook the thumbs, pull the pinky fingers apart, sink down, reach up. Take another breath in. Exhale, elbows drag down. Inhale, reach up, maybe push the palms together. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, elbows down, bring the hands down to the ground, straighten your left leg. Melt any amount over this front leg. Beautiful. Bend the front leg, root the back heel down. Reverse warrior. Maybe take this right arm behind your back. Maybe catch hold of the thigh. All just big maybes, right? Draw the feet toward each other. Inhale, rise up, pivot the left toes to the right. Left hand comes down. Be aware of the hips here. So with this arm behind the back, if it's there, you can kind of feel when the hips are fairly level, and then turn from the chest, not from the hips. And like I like to say, don't be too rigid about it. A little play is not a bad thing. One more inhale. And then come through center. Heels in, toes open. Goddess rising up. If you can, keep this arm. Maybe bend the top arm. Maybe bring the hands together. Please don't suffer. You can do anything you want with your arms. Sink a little deeper in the legs. Gently draw the belly back. Gently draw the front ribs into the back ribs. Good. You're gonna bring it around, side angle. Push the back heel away, square off the front foot, release the arms completely. Extended version if it's okay, meaning the arm overhead. If this is better for your shoulder, fantastic. One more inhale. Bring both hands down. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Left arm out to the side. Roll onto your left side. Open up. Come back through center. Open up the other way. Come back through center. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Little pause. Trust your breath. Trust your ability to follow along. Little gratitude for our brain power. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee to chest, exhale. Inhale, open the hip, take it back to three-legged dog. Maybe take wild thing if it feels good. Open up that heart. And then right foot steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, bend the elbows. Straighten the front leg. Maybe float the arms as you extend the spine down and over. Reverse warrior, all the way back. Maybe take that left hand behind the back. Straighten the right leg. Pivot the foot, Prasarita twist. Release it. Heels in, toes open. Goddess, maybe taking Gomukhasana arms. And then over to side angle, Parsvarkonasana. Release those arms. And then both hands down. Step back to plank, all the way to your belly. Right arm to the right, roll it open. Left arm, come back through center first to the second side. Cobra, up dog, or Dhanurasana. And downward facing dog. Left leg back, inhale. Knee to chest, exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog, open the hip, flip to wild thing if you care to. Left foot steps to the top of the mat. Crescent pose, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Straighten the front leg. Bow over, maybe reach the arms back. Reverse warrior, take it back. Nice. Straighten the front leg, pivot the left foot, Prasarita, and twist open to your right. Come back through center, heels in, toes open, goddess, rise up. Option, take the arms here. So gorgeous, I see you. Beautiful, I love the variations, come around, side angle. When I say I love it when you do your own thing, I love it when you do your own thing. It doesn't offend me at all. Bring your hands around. It means that you're following what you need to do today, all the way down to your belly. To the left, open up that chest, open up that shoulder. Come back around. To the right. Back to center. Back bend of your choice. Cobra, up dog. Dhanurasana. Release it. Downward facing dog. Right leg back. Knee to chest. Open it up, three-legged dog into wild thing if you want. Same sequence. Let yourself flow with it. Right foot top of the mat. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, elbows bend. Straighten that front leg and bow over. Reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, pivot the foot, Prasarita, and twist. Release the twist. Goddess, heels in. Right arm up. Option to take the hands together. Press up, top of the mat, side angle. Release the hands around, step back to plank. Lower to your belly. Right arm out open. Switch sides. Back to center, back bend of your choice. And downward facing dog. Last time through, left leg back. Knee draws in. Inhale back, open up, flip if you'd like. Left foot, top of the mat. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Oh, I forgot to do the elbow bend. That's okay, do the elbow bend, then come forward. Sorry, y'all. And then reverse it back. I think I forgot on the other side too, didn't I? These things happen. Straighten the front leg, Prasarita, and twist. I'm telling you to trust yourself, and apparently I need to trust myself and pay attention. Heels in, toes open, goddess. Right into side angle. Both hands down. Plank, this is our last time through this little ditty. Left arm out to the side, open. Maybe a little linger there. And then switch in. Come back to center. Dhanurasana, up dog, cobra. Downward facing dog. Smooth out your breath, take a moment. Feel your heartbeat. Yet another sign of living, of being alive. More gratitude for this system you have, this body, this breath, this heartbeat that keep you moving and doing physically. Inhale high to your toes. Bend your knees but don't go anywhere. Look at your thumbs. And then just stay here and kind of lift and lower a few times, or we're going to take some pikes. And we're just going to see if we can find like a little moment where we catch. One more. And then feet to your hands. Awesome. Halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply with your exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Pick up your left leg, cross it over your right, and then maybe wrap it. Garudasana, eagle. Right arm on top, left arm under. The arms are wrapping together, the legs are wrapping together, and it's from that wrap that we create space. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. So good. Steady your gaze, steady your breath. We're going to unravel this. Half moon. Right hand comes down, floor or block. Left leg goes back. Open the chest and see if you can stack the top hand on top of the bottom hand. Lengthen the low back. Keep the tailbone stretching for your left heel toward the back of the knee. Stay here, or keep that length in the low back and bend your left leg, find your foot. Chapasana. And if you've taken this variation, use the foot and the hand to create that sensation in the shoulder like we had on the floor when we rolled to our side. If you have the foot, open back up gently, and then bend the right knee a lot. Bring the left hand around, and then bring this left knee behind the right leg. We're going to sit all the way down. So you slide the left knee toward the right outer ankle, and then we twist. This is perfect like this. You can do whatever you want with your arms. If you like to take the elbow here, fantastic. If you want to take the hand through the space here, the right hand comes behind, and you can find a little wrap here. And if you've got that wrap, you're welcome to extend that right leg up straight. If you'd rather, if you feel like you need a little juice, a little fire, you can shift over to your hands. This right thigh is way up on that left tricep. And then you start to lift into an arm balance. If you're taking your arm balance, come back. If you extended the leg, come back. So good. And then everyone back through center. Rock your weight forward. Lift your left leg, standing splits, please.
Bring the feet together.
Chair with your inhale. Pick up the right leg. Try to lift it as high as you can and draw the belly back. And then cross the leg, maybe wrap it. Please hear this. There's a possibility that your legs will never wrap. And it doesn't mean you're not trying hard enough. Sometimes it's just how you're built. So remove that pressure from yourself today. Starting today, zero expectation. Maybe they wrap, maybe they don't. Left arm on top, right arm under. Maybe you never get your hands together. That's okay. Maybe you just hold your hands on your shoulders and work the cross. It's really very important for you to understand that it's not because you haven't worked hard enough. A lot of these poses are accessible to people because of how our bodies are made up, not in a hierarchy, better, worse way. It's just a general makeup. And whatever your genetic makeup is, gratitude for it. Unravel. Half moon. Yeah, so you can get those shoulders stacked, the hands stacked. You're amazing. Gently draw the belly back and lengthen out the low back and the tailbone to the back of the right knee, to the back of the right heel. This is perfect. You do not have to change it. If you want, bend the right leg. Find your foot. And then kick your foot away. And in that action, allow that right shoulder to open up. Play your edge. So good. If you have the foot, release it. Start to bend the left leg. Bring the right hand around. Bring the right knee behind the left leg and to the outside of the lower left leg. We sit down. We twist to the left. And accessible and available to you are all of the same options we had on the last time. So this doesn't have to change. This would be where I would stay. But I'm going to demo the other ones just in case you want them. Right hand comes through. Left hand comes behind. And then maybe you just wrap it. Maybe you extend that left leg up. Or if you want, you shift over to your arms. First try to slide, should have said it in this order. Try to slide your right arm further toward your left hip. And you can push into your legs, you can push into your feet, and you can just start to feel what it would be like to be in an arm balance with your feet down. So you start to assist yourself to get there, if you care to do it. If you don't care to do it, you just don't do it. If you're in an arm balance or if you have the leg extended, please come back to our start position here. And then turn toward the front of the mat. Take your hands down. Standing splits, top of the mat. Smooth out your breath. In your mind, go back to your first yoga class. If you can't remember your first yoga class, maybe one of your first experiences with yoga. And what got you there? Maybe who got you there? And in this moment, whether that was last week, today, 10, 20 years ago, a little thankfulness, a little gratitude for that first moment where you crossed into this practice.
Bring your feet together in chair.
Reach your left hand back for your left foot. And then pause. Draw the belly back gently, lengthen out the tailbone. See if you can keep the knees matching and just for a moment. I promise we're gonna move. Steady your gaze, steady your breath. Zero expectation. Start to push the left foot into your left hand to start to expand and open. Let that take you into the pose. Not a Rajasana, dancer's pose. Maybe you start to come forward as that foot pushes back, and it's almost like there's nowhere else to go but there. But kind of resist the urge to go forward and then kick back. Kick back. Let that bring you forward. So good. Come back up slowly. Come right into chair. Reset, breathe. Right knee lifts up, rise up. Take that right heel toward the right sitting bone, match the knees. Reach back with the right foot, right hand for the right foot. Lengthen out the low back, draw the belly gently back. Let this right shoulder open up. Steady your gaze, push your foot into your hand. Slowly. Let the pose develop. I encourage you to fall. It's great if you don't fall, but if you do, you learn something. You learn about your body. To push yourself to that point where maybe the balance has to be worked for. A little bit out of that comfort zone. Come right into chair. Yeah. Sink as deeply as you can in chair while keeping your chest as high as you can. And then however you need to get there, Navasana. Lift the back body into the front body. Slowly lower back, low boat. Hands to prayer. Separate the legs, bring them back together. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Hug your knees in, release the head. So good. Take a moment. Bridge pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bridge, push the elbows down, the triceps. Lace the hands if it's okay behind the hips. Urdhva Dhanurasana, hands by the head and shoulders, and then rise up. One more inhale. Release down. Receive the pose. Hand to belly, hand to heart. Feel your breath. If there's any pose in today's practice that at one time seemed impossible, but now you can do, little gratitude. So I always try to downplay the amount of work because we have to balance work with ease so that getting a pose doesn't necessarily mean you haven't worked hard enough, but sometimes you do the work and you find it, and something that maybe was scary at one time is really accessible now. Acknowledge that, little gratitude there. Practice works. Bridge, upward facing bow, last back bend of the day. Release down, knees to chest or happy baby. Rock a little side to side. If you're comfortable here on your back and you want to stay here, you can take your legs straight up. You can move yourself to a wall and just take a supported inversion, legs above heart. If you want to get your heart above your head, you can move into shoulder stand if you're comfortable doing so. I'm not going to teach it today, but if you know what's good on your body, go for it. We've done a lot of work on the shoulders, so it probably will feel good if it's a happy pose for you. Headstand or handstand, forearm balance. Pick what makes you happy. Smooth out your breath. Slow down, even in the exciting, energizing poses like handstand and pincha and headstand. See if you can just slow down. Yes, Bella, beautiful. Good, good. Beautiful. If you are in a headstand, please come into child's pose. If you are in a shoulder stand, come out. You can take fish pose if you like it, if you're unfamiliar here. Or you can come out and take a twist both ways. We're going to meet seated in about 5 breaths or whatever you need to complete your counters. And then we're going to come into double pigeon if it is accessible to you. If it is accessible to you. Stacking the shins, foot on top of knee, knee on top of foot, something like that. Or happily in cross-legged, any other version that feels good to you. And then when you've settled on a pose here, it could be something totally different, by the way. But when you've settled, allow your eyes to soften a bit. Start to follow the inhales and follow the exhales, the length, the quality of the breath, the qualities of the breath. gratitude pilgrimage I'm taking you on. Last gratitude, someone, maybe it wasn't the last one, but someone or somehow that you found your way to this practice, honoring that. Maybe you've paid that forward. Maybe you've shown someone else this practice or sort of urged them to bring some element, whether it be breath, meditation, postures. You've encouraged them to incorporate that in their life, and if they have, there's a little bit of gratitude that someone trusted you to take your recommendation, and that you are, in fact, spreading a little bit of magic out there. And then let's switch sides. Adapt the pose to meet you where you are. Allow the pose to open as you're here. Our ability to share. I'm teaching this to my 2-year-old right now, and it's really amazing watching him grasp the concept of sharing. The ability and the joy that we get when we share is something to be grateful for. Yes, it's a little self-serving at times because it makes you feel so good, but isn't that what life is about, is conjuring these emotions that it's like serotonin, it's happiness juice. So in sharing this practice with someone, maybe there's an opportunity to share it with someone else, or to dive deeper in some element of your practice. To share maybe some of your knowledge with someone else. And then we'll take both legs out straight. Lengthen. I don't care how far forward you come, find whatever hinge is available to you at your hips. Lengthen the spine just a bit more. Pull the heart through, and then find where you feel centered. There's no pain, there's no tugging at the attachments of your hamstrings. There's just a sense of expansion, lengthening. Grateful for this mind-body connection. Don't disregard the messages your body is sending to your brain. Rise up, inhale. Come onto your backs, lie down. If you need a twist before Shavasana, go for it. Take the knees one way, upper body the other way. If there's something else that's more pressing at this moment, do that. And then switch sides. And then find your final position to finish your practice. Allow your breath to deepen. Come back into your body. Feel the effects of your practice. When you're ready, make your way all the way up to sitting. All the way, like it's on the other side of the country. All the way up to sitting, and then bring your hands together at your heart. I'm grateful for this moment together, to breathe together, to move together, to be still together. And I thank you for being part of this community. Together, breathe in. Together, breathe out. Bow your mind to your heart. Namaste. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you have any questions, any requests, let me know.